And I'm hoping that I'll get some good clips out of this version. And I'm hoping I'm just going to straight up absolutely manifest it. I want a certain demographic of people to find this video and to find revision through this video. And let me put my book down. I'm going to talk about that demographic right now. So I found out, because I had been listening to some subliminal type videos, and a little bit of my problem there is I never decided if that works or not for me. Though I did, when I first started learning about manifesting and consciously doing it, I made a bunch of my own audio and then listened to some that people had made and found that in general it was adjusting my moods and thoughts. However, I was doing a bunch of other stuff too. So I never decided how effective that was for me, but I still do like it. I still do like to have them on in the background and stuff like that. And so because of that, I got recommended on YouTube these videos that are different from your normal manifestation subliminals. And they are the shift into your desired reality videos, where it's usually a song with subliminals, or it'll just be like a tone, a certain tone. And sometimes some of them have a guided meditation. And what I found very interesting about these videos is that these people, and I'm sorry for my camera being delayed, these people don't just want to like manifest a small change in their life. What is on the grand scale a small change in your life? Like even if you get a bunch of money or you get married, big picture, that's a small change. Like these people want to like live in the Marvel universe or go to Hogwarts. They want to actually shift into a different universe. And I did notice by the comments that it is mostly younger people. And I just want to say that I think that is great. I have not personally shifted into a radically different reality rapidly like that. However, I do think it's possible. I'm not someone who's going to be on here and say, no, you can't do that, because that's a limit. I'm on here telling you that you are God, and there's, as Neville says, I know of no limit to the power of God, and so I have to agree with that. I also firmly believe and will promulgate the belief that if you can imagine it, it is real. Whether or not you can experience it on this screen of space is really up to you. I do think we impose some limits on that. Like, I'm not going to meet an actual vampire, but I have met people who have modified their teeth. I haven't met many people who drink blood, but I know those exist too. And I'm in a place where, you know, you would, if you were going to encounter real vampires, they're here. Because I'm in New Orleans. But I have met multiple people who've got their teeth modified to look like vampires all the time. And people who are like super into like vampire cosplay. So that's sort of like, that's how it has manifested in my life. But I never met like Lestat, right? Who we relegate to being a fictional character. However, I think those limits are self-imposed, and you can remove them if you desire to remove them. So if you really want to go live at Hogwarts, and you truly believe that that is possible for you, that that's a possible reality shift for you, to live in a world where magic is real and you're studying it with other people your age, I don't see why I should tell you that you can't do that. Like, all the best to y'all. Go shift into these other realities. Now, here's the real rub. If someone listening to those videos actually does it, you're not going to see their comments here. Unless they shift to a reality where there's the ability to communicate to you from that reality to this reality. Which, I mean, I guess there is, because we are moving through realities all the time. But it's like, if they can do that through the internet in that reality, that's the only way they'll be able to tell you. If they really shifted, they're not going to be able to tell you. They're going to be, you know, out fighting like the giant wars in the Marvel universe, or they're going to be busy studying at Hogwarts or wherever it is they want to go. They ain't going to have time to tell y'all they shifted. But yeah, just look, keep at it. What I really loved about finding those videos is that it reminded me, and this is a little chat that Daphne and I had privately, is like it really made it hit home to me how much I've limited my own imagination, and it's just like the force of time, and especially why I really want to connect with that demographic and tell you all about revision is because of this factor. As you continue in life, moving through states, it's like the frame of expression gets limited, is what I experienced. And when you're younger, that frame of expression seems so much more open, which is how it really is. It's infinite, right? And so that natural narrowing of your frame of possibility isn't yet present for you. And so when I tell you about something like revision, when I tell you, oh, you can change the past, you can edit it, and you just use your mind to do it, you're more open to actually doing that and having big dramatic effects from it than someone who's older and who has really narrowed what they see as possible for their overall reality. So yeah, I mean, that's what revision is. All revision is that the past only exists in your mind, and so you can edit it using your mind. You go into the memory and change it to what you would prefer it to be, and you replay that memory until it feels real, like you lived it, and then it will affect your exterior world. Sorry, a little bit of seasonal allergy irritation today. And so we're going to read the lecture where Neville talks about that and explains, just gives some more sort of biblical metaphors related to it. I think he might have some examples of people using revision. There's better examples of people using revision in his books. There's a lady who had an injury when she was a child, and I think it was like 37 or 39 years later, she revised the accident. Like, she had fallen from a swing, and so she revised the accident that when she jumped off the swing, she landed perfectly. And after a lifetime of going to innumerable doctors trying to have her pain cured, it went away. And I think it was within a frame of like 2 months, and she had done the activity a few times over 2 weeks. So that kind of thing is very much possible. There was another example of a lady who unburned her hand that day. She had gone to make tea, burned her hand, I guess when she was pouring the water out, and decided to sit down in her chair and unburn her hand mentally. Like, think about pouring the tea and not having burnt herself, fell asleep in that activity, and woke up without a burned hand. So revision has the ability to alter your physical reality, including your own body. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about is related to people shifting realities. So when you're doing any kind of manifesting, you are shifting realities. You are selecting an alternative reality, and you're doing it constantly. Every indivisible moment of time, you are selecting a new reality. It's just that because of your frame of expectation is so narrowed, especially as you get older and experience more, what presents itself it seems to be more limited. However, those limits are self-imposed. We can expand them at any moment in time. But I was just really happy to find that those videos even existed because, when I came to manifesting and, from looking at what people want in the groups, people want super basic stuff. They want some money, they want material objects, they want better relationships or new relationships. They want body alterations. I rarely see health, but that's only because I'm usually looking at channels where or forums and stuff where it's younger people, but some people want better health for themselves or for family members. They want basic shit. Honestly, they want really basic, not big deal stuff. Like, there isn't even much discussion of altering the world at large, and it's like, I'm conscious enough to know that the world I'm in currently already is a cyberpunk dystopia because I liked and read a lot of those stories when I was a kid. So I naturally moved into that reality. So you could very similarly naturally move into whatever place other people would say is so fantastical using the same thing. And it really is just like you get so absorbed in that, and you get your mind gets so entranced by that experience that it starts to express itself in an exterior way.